All right. Hey, this was good. I thought y'all did good. Running the new press break that we kind of drew up for this team. But let's talk about some of the main things that really matter, like our defensive stuff. Brandon got to make him choose a side. As soon as this ball gets here, Brooklyn, you're in a good spot because Brandon's coming. If he throws a looper or a bounce pass, you can recover to this guy. All right. So now, for whatever reason, you're going back to guard him like you're in man, and you should be standing right here in the middle. Ty, you're not guarding him. We want the ball to go there. You're so close to him, there's no reason for him to throw it there. So now you're out of position, and this hole is gaping. All right. So Brooklyn should be already standing there, and Ty should definitely be closer. So we gotta learn to do that. And as the drive happens coming up this way, Grant, you need to be dropping and make him throw a pass out this way, right? Because he'll have to turn his shoulders or throw a left-handed hook pass, and both are gonna allow you to get out there. All right, I like this, Isaac. You see the trap, you kind of retreat. There you go. Brandon comes back to help. We get it down court. This is good. You got to be a little more decisive, though. Is it going to be an over the top pass for a tie to tip in? You kind of just about travel. Now, this is a footwork thing, Brooklyn, and I'd probably have to demo it to show you. But when Isaac's coming here, you're like, first of all, Ty, your hands are down. They're not ready. We're going to talk about that a little later. Like, you should be expecting the ball at all times. And then Brooklyn, you're setting up just for a jump shot. You should step in, pivot. You should be inside of him because he jumped at Isaac, which meant you should have been at the rim with better footwork to score a layup. Now, Brooklyn takes this jump shot. Ty, we talk about this. You got to block in. Watch what happens. He blocks you out, and now you're trying to jump over him, and you're not out athleting these guys. All right, so we got to, apply the stuff we're learning. All right, so here's the very next play. Um, You gotta go here. It's good. Your left hand can touch this guy. Stay in line because you know the other pass that makes us vulnerable is the diagonal. All right. And Grant, remember, you're guarding two. We think these kids are older and stuff, so they're probably comfortable throwing these passes over us. They're bigger, older. So you do gotta kind of protect more of that diagonal pass more. All right. So you kind of drop, but Brooklyn, if you get in line with him, that pass is higher and he actually probably doesn't make it. So be in line with what makes this defense vulnerable, which is the diagonal pass. Make him throw it over the top to this big. Just because of our alignment, we're able to get them into a turnover. So Brooklyn, you whatever side he's on, that's the side you want to be on. So if the ball's more like if Brendan's here giving up this left side drive, you got to be on that side of the guy, standing like right next to him, almost in a L. So when you see this happening, you have plenty of time to react, right? And since Brendan's on his right hip, if anything, you want him to have to cross over, do something back to his right. So you got to push your feet out, and your feet never move. Let's watch. They never move, and it just takes you so long to react. That's not Isaac's job to stop the drive. It's got to be you. All right. And once he gaps you, they call a foul. All right. So we just got to make sure we can stop those drives right down the middle right there. So let's look at the press. I like this. I think Isaac, we don't want panic, right? And the more you dribble, I think you could throw it right back to Grant quick, line, another pass on the line. And you kind of take too long with the extra dribble, unnecessary. All right, so now you're throwing a skip, which I don't really like against them because we're not comfortable enough yet. But look how lazy it is. This guy, I mean, it's just such a lazy defense. But I think y'all did a good job of when we changed up defense where only y'all three were involved in breaking it. So we try to get some down here. Now let's think about this. This is a faster, stronger, older team. We want to take possessions out the game. This is one of our first opportunities where we could do it. If you didn't immediately go into your shot, then save it because it took you two dribbles to go from here to get in rhythm. It's no longer an open shot. All right, and so now that's a contested shot. So what I'd rather do, remember, we still don't know what they get in after we break their press, and this was an opportunity to see. So like, hey, are they in man? Are they in zone once we break it, or do they keep trapping? We don't know. So we're still speeding up the game just because they're pressing us. All right. And of course, a team like this is going downhill and they want more possessions in the game, and we don't in this particular game. All right, so there we go. They gap us. We weren't able to get back and get a line in our defense because quick shot, and we take a shot that we really don't want. All right, so again, it's a really lazy defense. Ty, I'm glad you made an adjustment because I was saying don't go up every time. These guys jump higher than you. Got to pump fake first, get them in the air, then go up. All right, so another opportunity right at the rim. We need to finish. Same play. I like how you dove in, but you're just running the space. You're not running embodying and making sure that you stay in front of the backboard so you can put it on the glass. Once you do catch it, you can't decide to just jump from there. You got to do one lateral move into their body, be physical, right? You're jumping from behind the backboard. He's on the ground. Be physical and then go up and score it. All right, so again, just opportunities pretty soon. By May, we're going to be finishing those. And we got to make sure we're doing that. Good closeout. This was not a good shooting team. I thought we did good at that. Brooklyn, every rebound is two-handed. All right, and there's another unforced turnover with us just moving too fast. All right, so I like this because this is more of our defense is taking possessions out the game. This was a better job at rotation. I like the way Isaac's dropping because he knows right now these guys are too comfortable for us to be running through some of these passes. All right, so he's dropping. Come up, get in line. All right. And so basically we're just making them throw it on the perimeter. We said very soft closeout. So look, we've already cooked them almost 20 seconds just in them passing and not knowing how to attack this. All right, and that's what we want to do is take possessions out the game. And then offense, we want to take our time and do this. Again, against a team like this. All right, so they're just willing to take bad shots. But our habits. Let's look at our habits. Our habits isn't to find a body. Our habits are just to run in. So we're just looking at the ball against guys that can jump higher than us. All right, so they're just getting 2 and 3 shots at the basket. All right, so. All right, I like this after dealing with the pressure, right? As it keeps the ball protected. Hey, when we get multiple people on a guy, Ty, I know you don't know this yet, but it's pass, immediate pass, typically. All right, so and Grant's a shooter, so we want to make sure we hit him into as much space as possible. You still get it to him, but I want you to know in the game we got to throw that on time, so he's not on, not only has more time to shoot, but in rhythm to shoot. Now Brooklyn and Brandon, y'all are in the hot spot. We said 80% of rebounds are gonna go over. Y'all need to be touching people to make sure that's ours. So if you touch him and Brandon touches him, everything over here is ours. All right, but we don't touch anybody. We want to out jump. That's not contact right there. And then you mistime it right here. You're jumping first. You should be getting the rebound right there, Brooklyn. And you end up getting the rebound. You ain't got two hands on it right there. All right, and now this is a footwork. Just take one step, power up, and go score your layup. All right, so we want everything you do to look recruitable. So now let's watch this free throw play. Brandon, you did a really good job just blitzing right here so Ty could come open. Boom, you run in. This guy's still trying to block out Brandon. Wide open jump, pogo stick, right back up and finish. All right, it's good stuff. Way to execute that all tournament for both groups. All right, now this is on me. Lonzy and I talked about it. I should be starting y'all higher up here. All right, and then as a result, the next line of people, especially the wings, are closer to half court. So now when they start throwing those passes, we probably can run through them early. But we're gonna take care of that. All right, Brooklyn, I know you're really athletic, so I know you have the footwork. You just need the know-how of how to stop this drive. So even if I want you higher, but even if you're this deep, most guys after they cross the three-point line are straight line drivers outside of a Euro step. Like they're not going to change directions with the dribble, is what I mean. So what you got to do a better job of is cutting guys off once they choose a direction to go and make them do something back the other way. So right here, you're guarding them. And then he takes off. You got to get all the way in front of him so he doesn't get into the paint. All right. Boom. All the way in front. And he hesitates and keeps going to the direction he already has the ball in. And I want you to start cutting him off because you got Brandon on the other side to get a tap behind. We got Isaac flaring out to guard this guy. All right. So that's still a really tough shot. But the rebounding on this makes it tough if we let him get that deep. All right, that means our opposite wing is the only rebounder. So again, this is a timing thing right here. You jump early, they jump on time, and and that gives them a second opportunity, which they get a bucket. All right, I like the way after they got this score, I mean, we don't think about it. We don't go chin to chest, kicking rocks. We just get back to business. Hey, how do we break this press? Ty accidentally took it out quick, so we get him to sprint out the way first. All right, and then we work it down court. All right, and that was good. I had y'all kind of diving in and popping out. There goes Brandon, same thing. I thought that did good for you guys. And great split right there, Isaac. Now this is what we got to score on. This is one, two, three, four defenders. Brandon, you're gonna have to pass it to the side that makes him drop step. That makes him slower. You got to bounce pass it to Brooklyn because then he has to drop step and try to block this shot. He doesn't have to drop step. You throw it the direction he's facing. Ty, you either one, you could reverse that, but two, if you go off 2 feet and get him in the air, same thing. All right. So instead of us having two, we got to take it out. So we got to take care of that, and that's the same thing, Brooklyn. When you come here, you can see those defenders, right? You can see him right there. So we got to get a shot on the rim, and you got to start using your left hand. All our bigs are going to do Mikan drills a ton. We got to get better with that, all right? Because we need a shot to go up. Now here we go with another free throw play. They haven't been able to stop it yet. Brandon goes early. Ty does everything he did last time, except he dribbles. For what? You didn't go nowhere, Ty. Only thing you did was lose the ball, so you didn't score that time. All right, so we gotta grow in that area. We're telling you this stuff for a reason. Ty, your head's down. You gotta look at it like this. This guy cannot disrupt. You gotta throw it up to Grant running or somebody, but you can't let him run and take the ball because we got a layup if he don't. All right, so you gotta take care of that. And luckily we get it. All right. Hey, now Brooklyn, you should be Ty should be pushing in harder. He's not tall enough to push him in. And we got to be thinking if it goes weak side, that's my rebound. But you're waiting back here. There's not many that's going to bounce that far. So touch somebody so we could get that rebound. And Ty, if you would have blocked him in physically, you would have ended up with that same rebound. Here's the other thing when I'm talking about 50-50 balls. When that ball bounces here, Brooklyn, get it. Jump on the ground, dive, bump into somebody to get it. I told Brandon after the game, I said, hey man, you playing harder. But when there's a ball like this, y'all don't want to touch anybody. And y'all want to get clean pickups and catches, and that's just not going to happen. You got to run into him to get that ball and get on the floor first. All right? And then we can't let people behind us on that. All right, and this is good. And this is why I like this, because y'all aren't robots. I told y'all the first pass in, we're not going to cut. On the second one, we will, because I wanted y'all spaced out wide. But Brandon gets it, and Isaac sees space. You get what I'm saying? Like, I know what I said, but if that's the space, you gotta run to it. All right. And if you see him catching this ball right here on the move, Brooklyn, you and Ty gotta bust out and get down here quick. So we got to get some better angles so we could get a 3-on-2 layup. All right. So the ball goes out here. Ty, we just got to make a better decision or a better pass, one of the two. All right, so as you can see, we're getting a lot of what we want, right? We got one of our better shooters right here, ready to shoot the ball. We're in transition, but we're just not executing. And it's the simple things: passing, catching, footwork, right? Not traveling. Those are the things that's hurting us right now. All right, including and also the rebounding. This is what I like though. Brooklyn made a better adjustment, right? He's a little bit more in front of this guy, so that drive isn't wide open. So that's an adjustment, right? You make a mistake earlier, you're adapting to it a little more. Ties on the block. We're gonna work on you working that backside tie. All right, but hands are up. See, so you can if you stand there and he throws that pass, that's not dangerous, Brooklyn. So you don't have to guard him like that. All right, now here's the thing you do got to do. Once that shot's going up, and this is a bad shooting team, and they're willing to continue to take them. You got to touch him and block him. So look what a non-blockout does. He gets too deep, and then they call a foul on you. All right. So again, once we get them to take those bad shots, we got to get the rebound. Now, Ty, this is what I was getting on you about, and that's why we watch film so you could see. All right. So Ty, that's a free throw blockout. We're not touching anybody. So all he has to do is push you in the back and you're under the rim. You got to step into him. Grant's pinching, you're just walking. So I was happy this went in because all he has to do is run up. You're underneath the basket. How many rebounds you going to get right underneath the net? All right. So just something to focus on. There's no reason that you can't make sure that you block out every single time. All right. Now on this, be careful about crossing half court, Isaac, especially when you know you're going against a pressing team. All right, be careful, because this was an opportunity, Cade, for you to just dribble it up. Why are we throwing out Isaac so quick? They're not in a press. We could just dribble it up and see what their man looks like, because we haven't run our offense not once. And so again, half court isn't your friend. So all right, so they're in bad position defensively. You could tell because four people have crossed half court. Typically, that's not the case. Um, Isaac, I mean, this is part of your court awareness as a point guard. You can feel four people on you, which means we got three. If we get it up court to tie, that's a 2-on-1 break. So PVAD, your positioning has a direct correlation with your vision with your anticipation, and your anticipation with the decisions you make. If your body could have been turned the way mine's is, you could see that this guy's coming, and your peripheral could see basically the 2-on-1 situation ahead if you could get it up there. But if you don't look up the court, I like what you did. Turn and protect the ball first. All right, we always protect ball first. So just know if your body had turned forward, you could have threw it right here. Ty attacks. That guy helps throw it to Brooklyn down court. All right. Now you getting a little antsy. Nobody's gonna trap you in the middle of the court, Kate. So don't panic. All right. Our our spacing isn't great. This is why that cut wasn't that effective, and it had to be like literally a Joe Montana pass to get it in there, and they get a hand on it. All right, so, and I like this foul. Way to be aggressive, because if he gets that ball out of there, that's 2-on-1. I got zero problem with you doing that. All right, so there's some confusion. Brandon's on the bench, so we didn't talk about who was going to play top when we made that sub. At this point, that's on me. But once we get in and start figuring out assignments, so like Isaac looks and he's like, okay, well, I'll guard the top, which means, Cade, you're not in a position. So now, and this you did this other game too. This is on a line. That's a rhythm 3-point shot that we can't get to. All right, Ty should be on this block when the ball goes over. And now that's on a line. There's no way we gonna get to it. All right, so remember, we gotta be disciplined to our rules and be in line with that pass. All right, and so if you're looking at the points we've given up so far, they haven't scored any just off of a straight set. It's usually a mishap, like on a line pass. We should have had the rebound. They got an offensive rebound. So right now they got their 9 points just off of open live ball turnovers at half court and just mishaps, miscues. So this is obviously a game that we could play a lot better. All right, so press breaker. This is good. All right, I like the way Cade attacks and make multiple guys guard him. If you're going to throw this pass from this angle, you got to pass it when Cade's passing it right now. A lot of guys throw this same pass when they're right here, and that gets deflected. So way to throw the pass early. Brooklyn, I need you to be aggressive and read. That's a 2-on-1 split. If you attack him, he has to guard you, bounce past the tie, or really over the top the tie and score. Now, I know that's a playmaking thing that you're not used to, but this is the worst three. It's the worst shot because it's not a three. You're on top of the line, right? Taking a jump shot because one guy is guarding both of y'all. All right, and that's what they want in a 2-on-1 situation. Ty, when you see that shot going up, what should you do? Get into his body. You got to touch him. Oh, you actually do. Let's see what happens. Boom, we get a rebound. All right, there we go. All right, and look, Ty keeps that ball alive. Wide open three at the top of the key. Now remember, the best time to shoot a three. So Ty did body up, good stuff. Best time to shoot a three is after an offensive rebound because everybody's eyes are in there. Grant obviously can't shoot it because it was a tip out, but Cade gets that wide open three right there. All right, good stuff. All right, so they're throwing the ball over the top. Again, bad shooters taking bad shots. We got to touch people on rebounds though. Look, our eyes always go towards look at the ball. And worse than that, if we're going to look at the ball, at least know where it's going, right? So we look at the ball all the time and we don't know where it's going to go after it misses. So we got to get better at that. We got to touch people. If we touch him at all, then Grant gets a clean rebound. All right. So they get a tap out. Here's the shot. Ty, you got to start reading that ball. You're looking at it. You got to know that that's short, but you don't. You jump kind of untimely. And then you got to chin the ball. Put it right to your chin with your elbows out. And then this don't happen. All right. So they get another possession off of that. And we need to keep those possessions because the floor is so poorly balanced. You got a guy on the baseline, the guy who stole it down here, and this little guy here. If we get it up ahead, we got to break. And then your hands got to go, get ready to move your feet. They can't go out into them and foul them and then go up as if you didn't. All right, so now they're at the free throw line shooting free throws. And that's another point they scored because we didn't possess the ball on a rebound where we should have had it, right? So they get 2 more points after hitting the 2 free throws. All right. See, Kavion, I like the way your hands are ready. That's good. All right. And Kay, we got to catch that on the first one, on the move. All right, because you bobble it, it gets, it gets stolen. And here we go. They're downhill again, getting another 2 points. So they end up with what, 20 points at the half. And most of them, I'd say about 14 and 16 of them are because of us. All right, so that encourages me at the same time. All right, so look, here's another opportunity. We don't really have nothing. A floater is a tough shot, Kavion, that I haven't seen you work on enough for me to give you the green light to shoot it yet. So let's pull it out. Let's run our offense. We got a really good one that people have to guard. And again, because we broke the press, we speed up and we shoot this quick shot. All right, so let's see what they're in. All right, and again, this time multiple people run past the ball. So shot goes up by Kavion. 1, 2, 3. Nobody recognizes that there's still an extra guy behind us. And they just throw it over our heads. All right. And that's just defensive transition and court awareness that we got to work on. All right. This is what I mean when I say you got to catch that. All right. And a lot of people don't recognize this. Isaac, you do this really well. This isn't a good pass, but you got to find a way to catch it. And he does. Y'all get what I'm saying? When I'm saying y'all got to come up with that ball, it's something that you're capable of. All right, so we're on our break. All right. Again, could be an opportunity to pull it out and make them work and play some defense. But nonetheless, it's all right. We get the offensive board, landing on 2, and he gets him to lift. That's great, Grant. Should be a bounce pass, though. And then we get it to him, and then Brooklyn gets a bucket. All right, that was just really good execution, landing on 2 feet for multiple reasons, right? Finishing off 2, passing off 2. Giving yourself a chance to make multiple decisions. Grant, you know the rules. You got to be in line with this guy. That pass is too quick. All right, if it was higher, I think we'd get we wouldn't get a trap. Kavion's too far out, but you can't let him out of there. All right, he's not going to shoot it with you on his right hip. You want him to go baseline because you know you got teammates there, and you let him escape. So now you're squared up like you were going to guard him, and you know you want to trap him. All right, and Isaac was ready for that next steal if we could have got a good trap. Now, I know this you can't see behind you, so that's why I was kind of yelling like, hey, when there's nobody to guard back here, right, you need to be up and more aggressive to run through a pass, Grant. Now, I didn't notice this in the game, but you actually look and can see that nobody's back there. So once you see that, you didn't need me to tell you. You could run up right now because there's nothing to protect right here. All right, and see if you get that steal. All right, Kavion, way to go from block to block. I see you back there. That's good. All right. Now, when this ball goes back, Brooklyn, just for a moment, you stunt, just to make sure he doesn't get a shot, especially if he was on the line. And then you kind of drop back once Isaac works back over here, just to make sure he doesn't shoot. All right. And there they go downhill. All right. So now we throw it to Grant on the move. Hey, look, if they're back and we can't get anything, okay, so knowing what pass to make win, Grant, you pass this, you didn't get blocked. This should be an over the top to the corner of the backboard. Kavion don't have to tip it and he can land and score. But you get really close to him and then you see him open, then you try to make this pass. You get what I'm saying? And look, if nothing's there, because I don't think it was there anymore because you waited too long, you should have made that pass back here. That's another chance to pull it back, run some offense, make an undisciplined team guard, a screen heavy offense. And then, so now everybody ran past the ball again. And here we go. Isaac sprint back, getting a good foul. All right, don't let him score it. And he misses both free throws, so good stuff. All right, so this is what I am happy about. Y'all aren't quite used to this pressure and this length and speed. Nobody on our team has been playing at this level with these athletes. But y'all did, for the most part, get in good position. All right. Well, right now Grant should be kind of sprint back to make sure he could help. There you go. You're a little late, but Brandon comes back, and Brandon, you're open to make like a good decision. Like you can attack the middle of space and then throw it to whoever if you're decisive, right? But you're not quite. We throw it away from Ty. All right. And these are all just unforced things where you just got to play against guys and adapt. Hey, I want you to rip that quicker, Grant. I want our toughness to come up and boom, give me a quick rip so we don't get a chance for a tie up. All right. So now Brandon took out the ball. Grant's here. Kay got the ball. We got to balance the floor, Grant. You see that shot going up. It's not in, it's up, remember? So we end up with the rebound, but we still got 5 guys, and we got 1, 2, 3 guys below us, and these 2 guys got a better chance of rebounding than our whole team. So don't forget that pump fake tie, and then get into his body. Good hustle, Kavion. All right, there we go with another jump. Oh, coach in the way. Another jump stop though. Let's land and read. All right, good job right here of working this ball up the floor. Kate, I think you could take one power dribble out and get that. Ty, good job at a bounce pass. That was right. Now this is footwork, Kavion. You need to be able to go up 1, 2 into his body. This is kind of weak. You know, like no chance to make the finish. The ball's way below you. You're about to finger roll it or something. So let's just watch it in fast. You just got to find a way to use your footwork to get into his body, keep the ball on the right side of your body, and get a really good quality shot up. Now this, Brandon, very proud of this. You run in, and this time he doesn't complete the blockout, so you end up inside. Ty's going outside like y'all been doing. And there we go. This is a tough play right here. All right, very, very proud of that. All right, good stuff. And this is at the end of the clock, so this is halftime. I think it's 20-14. Talk at halftime. We had struggled rebounding, so I said, hey, let's go Phil, which is foot in the lane. Ty, foot in the lane. Ball's at the top of the key. You got to be in big help. And let's make them shoot those same jump shots, but now we're in better rebounding position being in Phil. So that was our purpose. All right, so we got the shot we wanted, right? We got these bad shooters taking these bad shots. And I said we got to find bodies. All right, so Ty, you don't really find a body. Brooklyn, you're guarding him. You got to go find him. Ty find his man. Nonetheless, we end up getting the rebound, but not how I wanted it. But nonetheless, you were strong with the ball. You squeezed it, Ty. That's good stuff right there. The next thing I said is, hey, we don't even know if they're in man or what, so we don't got to push the ball. But look what Grant does. Immediately he adjusts. He doesn't speed up and try to shoot a quick shot. Takes on the trap because they're not that great. And then it's pass situation. We still got a guy behind the ball. Brandon, you know the rules. You don't need to dribble. And depending, it might be Ty that you could pass to. But don't dribble, just throw. All right. So now, because of our patience, this shot is on our terms. Those other shots, if Grant would have sped up and shot a quick shot because we broke the press, would be on theirs. So I'm okay taking this shot if we don't set up an offense. And so, Brandon, you're still running up as the top guy. Everybody was below you. So now we got this guy behind. And Isaac, when you shoot, I said there's no reason to stay in the corner, right? So as soon as this ball goes up, Brooklyn needs to find a way to get that. Time is jumps. But you should be working yourself back, and Brandon never should have crashed. So we should have 2 guys coming back this way. Brooklyn doesn't find a way to get it. So now look what's going to happen. These better athletes are off to the races. Isaac's behind these guys. Isaac should be right here. Brandon should be on the ball. And there we go. Brandon lets him go right, not inside. And then they get a finish. So we really need to start this quarter off strong. We did a good job of initiating the first rebound. And then we got to make sure it don't start off bad. And we haven't bananaed all day, Isaac, against this press. And then we get a little travel. All right, so this is kind of where the wheels fell off a little bit. And then I think they immediately score right after that. All right, so we're still in Phil. We get them to take the shot we want. Grant's finding his guy to block out. Brooklyn, we said the whole time in that timeout. You're thinking blocking out is standing in front of people. you got to hit people. You got to, especially you, because your position needs to rebound. So since you're not touching him, he's able to run right around you. All right. Grant kind of gets his guy a little bit deeper, so we got a chance at it. But now you don't end up with that rebound. All right. So you know what that means. They got to score. It's just the laws of basketball. If you don't do what you need to do, um, so now Ty has position to block him in underneath the glass. He doesn't. And then this guy ends up with the ball and they score again. So that's a 6-0 run on us. All right. And then here, Grant, there's no reason to throw soft passes against this press. Everybody can catch. And you throw a soft pass, they run through it. And, here we go with another bucket right at the rim. And so that's kind of where we lost when they went on that 8-0 run in that 45 second span. All right. But hey, all in all, this was a good tournament. I thought y'all executed things well. I could identify what y'all were trying to do even when we didn't execute it, and that's a big step. So we got to go back to the lab. We got to get our defense down. We got to do the consistent things. But this is a really good tournament for you guys. You guys perform well. All right, we'll see you on Tuesday.